That's 11 plus 5. 16 minus 2 is 14 cards that we are going to draw right now. Get to shuffle everything from our graveyard back into our library, draw 14 cards, and untap 5 lands. Hey there, neighbor, and welcome to another MTG Arena Standard video. Today, we will be looking at a really fun Dimir deck, and we only have 3 cards that are our primary win condition. The first one being Outrageous Robbery for 2 black mana, and then X. It says target opponent exiles the top X cards of their library face down, and we can play those cards for as long as they remain in exile. And then we also have Exsanguinate. It's a hard one for me to say, but this also 2 black mana and X, or each opponent loses X life and you gain life equal to X. So with these 2 cards, you are of course looking to pump a lot of mana into the X cost. You know, you hope to do it for 10, 15, maybe even 20, just to steal 20 cards from their library or make them lose 20 life. So of course you want the game to go on long, but you know, drawing up to 18, lands, that doesn't really happen that often. So if you're looking to pump a lot of mana into X, then this Mindsplice Apparatus is the perfect card for you. It's a 4 mana artifact. It has flash, and it says at the beginning of your upkeep, we get to put an oil counter on the Mindsplice Apparatus, and then every instant and sorcery spell costs 1 generic mana less to cast for each oil counter on the Mindsplice Apparatus. So hopefully you can get this down on turn 4, and then every single turn it will start getting oil counters on it. So 2, 3, 4, 5 oil counters, and then for just 2 mana and 5 oil counters, you can do X equals 5. So yeah, the Mindsplice Apparatus is what we're trying to look to get down onto the battlefield today. And then we are playing 3 copies of the Mindsplice Apparatus, and it's not legendary, so hopefully we can get all 3 of them on the battlefield, just so every turn all 3 of them start having oil counters placed on them. And then we're actually playing 1 Extravagant Replication. This 6 mana enchantment says at the beginning of your upkeep, we get to create a token that's a copy of a non-legendary permanent we control, so we can target the Mindsplice Apparatus that way. So yeah, that's a way that we can really hope to be able to pump a lot of mana into either Outrageous Robbery or Exsanguinate. And then I guess 2 other cards we have that can help us win, of course, being Virtue of Persistence. This 7 mana enchantment says that we can put a creature card from any graveyard onto the battlefield under our control. So if the opponent is playing a lot of creatures and we remove those creatures, we can start putting them from the graveyard onto the battlefield. And then another card that I like a lot, I know it's not the best, but that's Painful Quandary. It's a 5 mana enchantment, and it says whenever an opponent casts a spell, they either have to pay 5 life or discard a card. And yeah, you guys can imagine if we have this one on the battlefield and then we get an Extravagant Replication down and just copy this one every single turn, after a while they will just start having to pay 5 life if they want to play any cards from their hands. So that can be pretty oppressive. So let's go ahead and move those 2 over there, along with Extravagant Replication. So then the rest of our deck is really just some card draw with the River Regent for the Omen side. It's an instant draw 3 cards, then discard a card. We have Stock Up, such a good card right now for 3 mana. It is a sorcery, which is a little bit unfortunate, but look at the top 5 cards of your library and put 2 of them into your hand and the rest into the bottom of your library. And then we also have Finale of Revelation for 2 mana and then X. So again, we're hoping to get a lot of oil counters on the Mindsplice Apparatus to really pump in a lot of mana into the X cost, where we can draw X cards. And then if X is 10 or more, then what we do is we shuffle our entire graveyard back into our library, and then we draw X amount of cards. Hopefully it's 10 or more. And then we get to untap 5 lands, and then we have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. So that's kind of our card draw right there. And then the rest of the deck is just some removal. We have Caustic Exhale. That's an instant, and target creature gets -3/-3 until the end of the turn. Sorry, it costs 2 mana, but if we Behold a Dragon, which we have 8 dragons in our deck, then it does only cost 1 mana. We have Go for the Throat, just destroy target non-artifact creatures, such a good removal card right now. And then Deadly Cover-Up for 5 mana, just wipe the entire board. A really good removal card right now. And then we are also playing the Scavenger Regent, and I think we'll be mainly playing his Omen side, where each non-dragon creature gets -X/-X until the end of the turn. And so again, 2 mana and then X. So we are playing a lot of cards that have that X mana cost, just to really hope to get the reduction from the Mindsplice Apparatus. And then, yeah, I guess our final card, we just have 1 counter spell in our entire deck. That's the Dispelling Exhale. So again, counter target spell unless its owner pays 2. But again, if we Behold the Dragon, then they have to pay 4, which, yeah, most people can't do that, I guess, unless the game is going on really, really late and they have a lot of mana. Otherwise, I think it's a pretty good counter spell right now. So, but yeah, that is our only counter spell. And then, yeah, the rest just a bunch of lands. So let's jump into some games and see how the deck does. All right, guys, we get to go first, which is really nice, especially with a hand like this. Hello to our little companion. Opponent with a black deck. They might be trying to reanimate some stuff. We did draw our Outrageous Robbery. That is one of our win conditions, so could go ahead and give that little rat -3/-3, but I think we'll go ahead and save our Virtue of Persistence. And there is an Overlord, so they're definitely looking to put some powerful things into the graveyard. I don't really see anything too good yet. So I guess now we can go ahead, just go ahead and use our Virtue of Persistence. I'm afraid they might have some discard spells, and having the Virtue of Persistence kind of in that, yeah, unearth zone or the adventure zone where they can't interact with it. So if we can get up to 7 mana, go ahead and play this one down. And then we can start taking things from their graveyard, some of their creatures. See another rat enter the battlefield. And they are milling themselves. We see a Shieldred go into the graveyard. So, yeah, hopefully we can hit them with an Outrageous Robbery. And hopefully it won't need to be too much, just because they are milling themselves quite a bit. You can see they are already down to just 42 cards in their library, whereas we're only down to 51. So... And yeah, next turn for us, we will have 4 mana. They do get to return target creature, and they gain some life. That's fine. Their Overlord is coming online in 3 turns still. So, like I said, we'll go ahead, get down our 4th land, and I think we'll look to go with the River Regent next turn. Or not next turn, at their end step, just to draw 3 cards and then discard a card. Look for some of our answers. Up the Beanstalk is really good, and yeah, we don't have a counter spell for that. But again, I'm not too concerned about their card draw. I will take 1 damage. We're not really under a lot of pressure right now. And it's our turn, so before it goes into our turn, let's go ahead and draw 3. And then I guess we can drop off 1 land right now. And we just draw the River Regent again, so now we can pass. I think the opponent maybe missed a land drop because we're up to 5. They're only up to 4. There is a Scout. I'm not too worried about that one. Let's go ahead and pass. They just punch us for 1, which is fine. And all creatures get -1. Okay. Not sure why they did that. And again, let's just go with the River Regent. Ooh, a Painful Quandary is really, really nice. Unfortunately, we didn't hit a land drop, though, so... But we did draw it, which is really nice. So, 2, 4, 5. This is only 6. Oh. I do really want to get down Painful Quandary. I think we will do it. So now if they want to play any cards from their hand, they will have to discard or pay 5 life. And then we do have 1 Caustic Exhale. We do have Deadly Cover-Up, so... Yeah, here comes the Painful Quandary. They will have to discard or pay 5 life. So they do choose to discard. They do draw a card. Each discard a card. Discard 1 card. I guess we can get rid of the Caustic Exhale, since we have Deadly Cover-Up. Let's hope they don't have a Duress, though. If they have Duress and they get rid of Deadly Cover-Up, then we might be in a little bit of trouble. Here, again, Painful Quandary. Just go ahead and discard or pay 5 life. They don't want to pay the 5 life yet. And again, if they cast another spell, which I wonder... No, they're not going to do that. Oh, so we could do only X equals -4. So I think we will go ahead and just hit them with a Deadly Cover-Up. Just clear the board. I do kind of wish we hit a land drop that turn just so we could keep Dispelling Exhale open. Yeah, counter and up the Beanstalk would be really nice right now. So they get rid of another creature. They really don't want to pay the 5 life. But yeah, they will have quite a bit of card draw thanks to this up the Beanstalk. But again, they are only down to 34 cards in library. So here's where an Outrageous Robbery can maybe put in quite a bit of work. And we do hit a land drop. It does come in tapped, so let's first go with a stock up, just because we're not under a lot of pressure right now. And then we will definitely take a Mindsplice Apparatus. And how much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and take an untapped land, just so we can play the untapped land, and then we can flash in the Mindsplice Apparatus. So let's pass the turn, and if they do play anything that is a massive threat that we have to answer, we can go ahead and counter that spell. But again, with only 2 cards in hand, I think we're sitting pretty. And yeah, Up the Beanstalk only triggers when they play a card with converted mana cost 5 or more. So I will take 2 damage. That's fine. And then... So they are just looking to draw off of Painful Quandary. So yeah, they're going to exile their own creature. That is, yeah, they were able to pay that just for 1, but you guys can see it has converted mana cost 5. So they got the double draw off Up the Beanstalk. And another one. Honestly, I'm fine with that, because yeah, they're down to just 30 cards in library. They get 1 card draw off that, but I think that's their turn. And before it's our turn, let's go ahead, flash in Mindsplice, put an oil counter, and then we do have 7 mana, so let's play this one. And honestly, let's just get down Virtue of Persistence. Now every turn we can start taking a creature from their graveyard, which I think will just be a little bit too much for them. So yeah, there is an Overlord. We haven't seen too many powerful creatures yet. I think, honestly, the best creature, I think, just might be Shieldred. We're definitely going to take a Shieldred. Yikes, they do get a lot of card draw off that. This guy also costs 1 less, so... You know what I think we might have to do? I think we'll be able to, we can go ahead and discard a card. I'm fine with that. 2 mana. Another one of those. Yo, they're just going to draw through their entire deck. I think we can maybe finish them with Outrageous Robbery next turn. Because they're drawing 3 cards, so they're going down to 15. And then we will go ahead, get rid of our Dispelling Exhale. So yeah, we can go ahead. Do we get it? Yeah, let's just get a Shieldred. Draw a land, which is really nice. So how much mana do we have? That's 6, 7, 8, 9 plus those 2. It's only 11, so it's not that much. But again, we're not under a ton of pressure, and I don't really see too many other things from them. They are only down to 14 cards. I think maybe just to be safe, though, because I don't want to take 8 damage in the air. Let's just go ahead, give everyone -2. So yeah, we spent 4 mana to do that, but you guys can see we only had to tap 2 mana for that, so... And then I think, you know what we'll do? Let's go ahead and draw 3 cards and just spend 2 mana to do that. Did we play a land this turn? We didn't. I don't think we'll need Finale of Revelation, just because I think we'll finish them off next turn. Do get to gain a bunch of life for that. And let's just go with Stock Up. Find a Exhale, and let's just go with Exsanguinate and just pass the turn. So yeah, now we have a counterspell available, and then next turn we can finish their library. So they actually can pay 4. Should we make them do that? Well, we actually don't have a dragon to behold. Nah, we'll let that one resolve. So they are losing a bunch of life for that. Draw cards, so they're down to 10. I think we can do this for 6 already, so... They're going to go ahead and scry. That one goes to the bottom. It's probably a land. There is that guy. They will be gaining 3. No, sorry. They'll make us discard. I'm fine with that. I feel like they've played like 7 of those guys by now. They're going to make us discard. We can just get rid of a land. So yeah, they're down to 6. If they play any card right now, well, not any card, but I have a feeling they're just trying to, yeah, play a lot of creatures and like removal spells. Yeah, see, look, they're playing this guy. Let's just go ahead and do this for 6 right now. Wait, how much? 1, 2, 3. 2 black, 2. Oh, we can only do it for 4? Oh, we can only do it for 4. Well, let's let that one resolve then. Sorry, opponent, for taking so long. Alright, they're down. Whatever. We have to discard. We will get rid of this one. They did draw a card. Now they literally can't draw any more cards. Yeah, we got them. So I mean, next turn they draw a card, the turn after that. Okay, so if they literally didn't play any more cards, I guess they could have beaten us down. Because, yeah, that's 9 damage in the air. So we were on a 3-turn clock. But, yeah, I guess I could have just finished them off a little bit earlier by playing the Outrageous Robbery a little bit earlier. But, yeah, we were honestly not under really any pressure that entire game. Honestly, I'm not really sure what the opponent's trying to do. It's a unique deck. I'll give them that for sure. But yeah, I think they were just drawing way too many cards with Up the Beanstalk. So, but hey, GG. On to the next. All right, opponent goes first. I will keep this kind of funny hand. If it's the Pixie bounce deck, I will scream. All right. We can keep a counterspell available. Yeah, get out of here with that stupid card. Go ahead and submit 0. Do they have the Hopeless Nightmare? The 1 mana still make me discard. Oh, Painful Quandary is nice, but oh, game. We need to hit a land drop. So that one comes in tapped. I already told you, get out of here with that trash card. All right, we do hit a land drop. It does come in tapped, which is a little bit unfortunate. So let's just go with stock up. I will take a land. Honestly, I'm just going to take 2 lands. Could honestly play Painful Quandary next turn, just because they like to play a ton of really cheap spells. So I'm going to risk it. I'm just praying that they don't have a counter spell. Oh, they don't? Ah, yes, let's go. All right, so now anytime they want to play a spell, they will have to discard or pay 5 life. So let's try and get down the Extravagant Replication. Ooh. All right, so now every turn we can just copy Painful Quandary. Yeah, so there is a Hopeless Nightmare, but go ahead and discard or pay 5 life. They do choose to pay 5 life. We can, at this point, get rid of that guy. We can just hit them with a Deadly Cover-Up next turn. And then let's copy our Painful Quandary. Yeah, so I think they are in quite a bit of trouble. Let's just go ahead and hit them with the Deadly Cover-Up. Yeah, let's do it like that. Go ahead and remove the Optimistic Scavenger completely from their deck. And Momentum Breaker, that doesn't make us lose life, so I will take that one. Yeah, it is that stupid Kieran, and then Nowhere to Run, which is useless against us. They do have this town. They do have a Sheltered, Fear of Isolation. Oh my gosh, I think we just absolutely dismantled this Pixie bounce deck, and that makes me so happy. You guys have no idea. Yeah, go ahead, discard a card, and pay 5 life. And then if you want to play Hopeless Nightmare, again, you will have to pay 5 life. So I'm not sure that's a winning strategy for our boy. Yeah, he doesn't want to play it. Let's just copy it again. So, and then let's just play this River Regent. Can go ahead and return this one to their hand. Guys, get him out of here, boy. Alright, we gotta go first. I'll try this hand. Maybe it wasn't the best keep after further inspection, but we ball. Hopefully hit them with a counter spell. Create a treasure token. Let's just counter this right now. Don't need to reveal anything. Go for the throat is nice. Stock up. We are looking for... Honestly, I will just take 2 lands. Hopefully we can get down Painful Quandary. Discard a card. If you do, draw 2. So there's an Etali. Do hit a Mindsplice, which is amazing. So I guarantee you it's going to be land into Zombify into Etali. Thankfully it isn't. Create a treasure token. And then we can flash this one in. Get to Surveil 2, sure. We lose 2 life. Alright, then yeah, we flash this one in, and then we will play Painful Quandary. Finale of Revelation is really nice. Some pigeons just landed on our windowsill. So 6 mana to work with. Discard. So they do choose to discard. They will draw 2. Oh, that was too much for them. That's too bad. Oh, yeah, kind of a short game. We did have Mindsplice starting to tick up, so we could have gone for a pretty big finale kind of soon. You guys can also see that the Omen side of the River Regent also now... does it normally cost 3 or 4? I think it normally costs 4, right? Yeah, it normally costs 4. For us, it costs 3 right now, thanks to the Mindsplice. So, hey, we'll take it. That's a GG. All right, 2-lander is pretty risky, but we'll try it. All right. Luckily, the opponent did nothing. We have 2 out of our 3 total counterspells in hand. We're going to see the Unholy Annex. Preacher. All right, get that guy out of there. We don't need to behold a dragon. Ooh, hit a land drop, which is nice. That one, we can just go ahead and give it -3. So let's just pay the 2. Don't need to reveal that we have a dragon. Hit a land drop again, which is amazing. So now we can go with our River Regent. Maybe we want to counter something though. And no plays from the opponent. So here is where I think we might be turning the tables on them. That is a lot of removal. I think I will get rid of 1, go for the throat. And yeah, we will go shields down for 1 turn just to play the Painful Quandary. So now if they want to play any cards, either pay 5 life or discard a card. And unless they're playing Unholy Annex, well, could also have Phyrexian Arena. So black does have some card draw, but... Are you kidding me? Well, props for originality. Get that trash off the battlefield. Hit a land drop, which is really nice. Opponent does nothing, so we're just going to go with the stock up. And we will just make sure we keep hitting our land drops. Keep a counter spell available. Two, 4, 6, 7. So yeah, we will just, we really need to look for our, what's it called? Mindsplice Apparatus. Exsanguinate is also pretty nice. I think we get rid of the Caustic Exhale. Another stock up is also really nice, so let's go with stock up. Come on, game. I don't need this many lands. It's nice that we were hitting all our land drops, but I mean, at this point, this is kind of crazy. I'm going to get rid of one Exsanguinate. There is a bat. Could make them pay 4 for that. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go ahead and Behold the Dragon. Did I not Behold the Dragon? Oh my gosh. Alright, well, let's see what they want to take. I honestly meant to Behold that one to make them pay 4, and then I could have done it again, but they probably take Deadly Cover-Up. 7 with this land. We really need a Mindsplice Apparatus. We're nearly halfway through our deck, and we haven't seen one yet. If they take that one, honestly kind of crazy. Just because we have so much other card draw. Yeah, let's just pass our turn. It's just a waiting game. I don't want to say they're just in top deck mode, because they do have 2 cards in hand, but they have also just kept hitting their land drop. And if it's our turn, yeah, I think we're just going to go double Regent. There is a Mindsplice, so let's actually drop off the Reef, and let's actually flash this one in right now. If they have another Withering Torment, I will scream. Alright, we can drop a land, and let's get down the Extravagant Replication. Still have 4 mana available. Can go ahead and end our turn. There is a Shelly. They can have that. That does say draw 3 cards. I don't think we're in any super rush. So let's go ahead and copy Mindsplice. And then let's go ahead and draw a card. Another Mindsplice is pretty nice. And honestly, let's just get rid of... No, Stock Up is a nice one. Let's get rid of that one. Honestly, let's get rid of the bat. I don't want them to keep looking into our hand. Yo, just nothing but removal. That is really nice. They do have Unholy Annex. That is fine, though. Yeah, the bat can look at our hand. Unholy Annex, 1 demon. Bat Warlock, reveal the top card. Unstoppable Slasher. They do have a few Duresses, which does kind of suck, but I think we're going to be okay now. So yeah, we can actually flash this one in right now. Could have done that on their turn as well, but... And then let's actually auto-assign, or not auto-assign the triggers. So look, we can go ahead and draw 3 just for 2 mana. So yeah, we nothing but lands. You hate to see that. Let's get rid of the demo field. Yeah, let's actually put this one first, just so we can create a copy of this one that will then get the oil counter. Because last turn you guys saw we created the oil count. Oh, it still doesn't get the oil counter. Okay, whatever. All right, how much can we do this for? 3. That's 5 mana right there. Let's just hit them with the QQ. That's 11 plus 5. 16 minus 2 is 14 cards that we are going to draw right now. Get to shuffle everything from our graveyard back into our library, draw 14 cards, and untap 5 lands, and we have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. So, yeah, let's just go next. Let's actually get down a Painful Quandary, so if they want to play any cards, they will have to discard a card or pay 5 life, and we can actually start copying that one with the Extravagant Replication. Yeah, so there's a Duress, but, I mean, yeah, we have 17 cards in hand. Ay, buddy. Yeah, this one was a kind of a blowout for the opponent. So, I honestly don't even really know what he takes. He might be a little bit overwhelmed. He might honestly take the Outrageous Robbery. That would be a little bit unfortunate if he takes that one from us. I hope he doesn't. I hope he's just overwhelmed by how many cards we have, and he's like, let's just get rid of... He takes Exsanguinate, so... Does he have another Duress? I have a feeling he would have played that last turn. Sheoldred's Edict. Alright, I think he's just giving up. He's just playing all his cards. Alright, yeah, so we can hit him with a really big, fat, Outrageous Robbery. Let's I meant to copy the Painful Quandary, but you honestly just need one Painful Quandary, because if they're just in top deck mode, whatever card they want to play, I guess a land card wouldn't matter, but whatever spell they would want to cast, since that's the only card in their hand, they would have to pay 5 life. So, but yeah, we were going to hit them for all of these we're going to get one more oil counter, so that's 4. Honestly, don't even know how many lands we had. I think 12. Could have dropped another one, 13 plus 6. So yeah, we could have done Outrageous Robbery for a big fat 17, I think. Takes 17 cards from them, so basically half their deck. So yo, that was a absolute beatdown from the opponent, or to the opponent. GG. Hey there, neighbor, and welcome to the post-game wrap. We saw only a few games with this Dimir control deck. I'll be fully honest, it's really not the best. Painful Quandary is just too slow. And yeah, I do really like Mindsplice Apparatus, but there's honestly so much artifact and enchantment removal going on in Standard right now that, yeah, it's, you know, these cards come down and they don't really do anything right away. So if the opponent, you know, does have enchantment removal, they can get rid of that one. Mindsplice Apparatus, you really need a few turns for it to actually build up effectively. And then, you know, since you are trying to pump a ton of mana, these two cards, I think we did win. Maybe we won with both of them. I know for sure I'll have one bonus game where we won with Exsanguinate. And I think in one of the decks, we could have milled the opponent out with Outrageous Robbery. But again, I think it was only like an Outrageous Robbery for like 6 or something like that. So, and then, yeah, when Mindsplice Apparatus does come down, it only makes instants and sorceries cheaper. So your Virtue of Persistence doesn't get any discount, your Painful Quandary doesn't get any discount, and your Extravagant Replication also doesn't get any discount. And then if you do want to play any of your creature cards out, like the dragon side of this River Regent, also no discount there, and same for the Scavenger Regent. Of course, both their Omen sides do get the discount, which again is really, really nice when you can have Mindsplice Apparatus hit the battlefield and just, you know, stay there for a couple of turns. Otherwise, yeah, it's honestly kind of a slow deck. Maybe you honestly want more counter spells in this deck. Maybe instead of 2 Caustic Exhales, maybe you do want 3 Steps Ahead, because I believe 3 Steps Ahead can make a copy of an artifact. So, yeah, overall, it is a fun deck when you can get it to work. It's just, Yeah, I will say more often than not, I think you'll have more games where you're kind of struggling against the opponent. I'm so on this deck. Yeah, it's maybe like 1 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down from me. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the bonus games, and I'm going to end it like I always end it. I love you guys. Peace out.
Bonus game!
Phyrexia showed me the truth. Flesh will always lose. Nothing could be more vulnerable than your memory. Emotions are distractions. Focus on the facts. I will shatter your mind.